What's up everyone, Solar J here. Welcome to the first episode of What's Your Setup, a series of video tutorial where I tell you everything about one of my setup that I use for live electronic performances, from the rationale behind it to how to connect it to the way that I operate it. In today's video we're gonna have a look at a hybrid setup, meaning that it has both hardware and Ableton, and today's shining stars are the APC MK2, the analog rhythm, and Ableton. Okay, so first of all, how to connect this thing. Basically, it's very easy. The APC goes with the USB to the laptop. The analog rhythm is outputting into your audio card and then later into the sound system. You have to put the USB also connected to Ableton. And then what you need to do in Ableton is to open up the preference and basically set up the APC 40 as a control surface as indicated over there. So basically now when I press play, it's gonna start both the analog rhythm and this whole clips that you see in the Ableton screen. So what are those clips? My idea for this setup was to pre-record all the material that I needed, be it sequences, chords, arpeggiator, bass loops, samples, a noise that I always like to have. And I also added in this project a slot for a guitar, so I can bring a guitar and play on top of this. So now when I press play on my APC, this is gonna fire up both Ableton and the Electron. In the Electron you have to set the MIDI config, sync, transport, receive has to be ticked, so that whenever you press play here, this signal goes to Ableton and then via USB goes to the analog rhythm. The idea behind this setup is that I didn't want to bring a lot of stuff to my next gig that's coming up in a few weeks. I wanted to have something transportable, easy to do the stage change, and still allowing me to improvise, to perform. For that, I prepared a lot of different clips, as you can see here. The red ones are bass lines, the blue are sequence 1, sequence 2, chords, arpeggiator, and then I have some samples, plus one slot for the analog rhythm. Now you don't hear anything because the master in the APC 40 is at 0, but if I turn it up, you're gonna hear both the drums from the rhythm and this particular bass line over here. Now the fun begins, because I prepare all these clips in such a way that they're compatible within each other. They're all in G minor or D minor, which are very compatible keys. So if I press, let's say, this one, really nice. Plus, the APC 40 allow you to map all these 8 knobs however you like. And basically I found some really cool devices online for free. I'm gonna link in the description. And this one actually I made it, the phaser. And I mapped it in a way that here I have the high, mid and low, so I can remove the low and do some kind of DJ-like transition. I can add something and put the low back in. Other way around, I can remove the high, stop something, changing, putting them back. Now I add some chords, and here I have the fun stuff, all the effects. This phaser that I made, which adds phasing and reverb. This one is a bit subtle, but it's really nice. Well, not that subtle. Avalanche, kind of distracting. And you can use it to add a bit of drama to the set, to the section you're playing. These are reverb. So for instance, I can add the delay on the highs and change bassline. Then beat repeat, which is really cool. But I found this trick basically that since if you do this, then you have to do this turning very fast. So I basically locked the device to this Super Looper version 2, and I can turn it off and on like this. So I can do the looping. So I can like this. So I can like this. So I can like this. Like this. So I can like this. Like, and just turn it off like this. I have faders here, so I can remove things if I want. And I can play the rhythm. So or has some samples here. And then I prepared some patterns on the rhythm so that they, increase in energy and I can play them as much as I like. So for instance, now I would like to go, I don't know, just take off the synth completely and go into something a bit more deep. Okay, I think you got the idea. Now I'm just gonna jam a little bit. that was quite a ride. I really enjoyed playing with this setup. This fact that all the clips are compatible with each other, so you can choose any of them while you go. It's really fun, and you can improvise with it and make music as you go. In addition, you have the rhythm that is playing live, so you can also mess up with that. Yeah, sometimes I messed up during the performance, by the way, but yeah, I'm still practicing with it, so hopefully before the gig I'm gonna be better at it. But I really like some moments that came out, all these effects that I put. I'll put the link in the description for the free packs downloads. Check them out. The guy is really cool, does really cool stuff. They're really fun to use, and yeah, my only concern is that the CPU. Yeah, my only concern is that the laptop might crash during the performance, but all the clips that you saw are recorded audio files, so the CPU should be happy about it. And the packs that I mentioned earlier, they all use native Ableton plugins, so it should be fine. Wish me luck then, and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go if you liked this video.